have all that vibrato in my voice.
Everything is ready now. Here we go. Quiet on set. And we're gonna roll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this last episode of Away with the Words, the podcast. It's your girl, Bree Story.
It's a Tati.
And it's MJM Kid.
Well.
Here we are.
Pour yourselves up. If I reference crying or cry at all, you should just make a drinking game out of it because who are we kidding? If you know, you know. If this just popped up on your YouTube or your Apple podcast or your whatever, and you're like, what the hell, man? Where was the podcast? Ain't been on my thing since such and such.
That's what everybody been saying.
That's what they've been saying. Hey, y'all.
That is what they've been saying.
So let's
That's what I've been
just
hearing.
break it down for them. Just tell them about the fights.
Yeah, we've been getting into it constantly.
Yeah.
How do we make it in this room right now?
You know.
Like, this episode is about friendship breakups and how you overcome them.
Well, yeah. Talk about,
yeah.
No friendship breakups. But, yeah, we'll get into it. I do think that it's important that we, do you want to break ice one more time?
Oh.
Okay.
I think you should make something up. I feel like that would be extra special. I'm happy to, like, keep chit-chatting while you think of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, audience member?
Our special audience members.
Oh, you shy.
Ew,
That's all you
gross.
But yes, we will happily. We're not going to take up too much of y'all's time today, but we will happily just take a little walk down memory lane and lead us back to where we are. My fly is open. Oh, you did like that.
You said,
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to every time they drink. You said that?
I didn't say or do nothing. She is antagonizing me.
Oh, God.
Were your eyes not watering?
I swear.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Anyway, so yes, we're going to be just taking a walk down memory lane, talking about where we are now and maybe a little bit of where we hope to be, you know, because you're not going to see us for a while. We can do some talks about what's in the works and what's in our minds and in our hearts for the future, and also do a quick little spurt of, you know, we love a list around here, so we can might list some things off from
That's a good idea.
from the yesteryears of Away with Words. So you know, stay tuned. We're not gonna take up too much of your time, but you know, get comfy. We're in
Yeah,
the
kick your
beach.
feet up.
Let's break some
So,
ice. I love
Team.
that sound.
name what celebrity or personality would bring Away with Words, the podcast,
Back.
out of retirement.
Oh, that's really good.
Like, if they just put in that call and was like, I need to tell my story, and I can only do it here. Like,
That's
who's
different.
bringing us to the stew?
Okay, so that brings me to a different place than my very first thought, just thinking about the origins of Away with Words, the podcast, and what I was doing and who I was into that inspired me to do this at all. Crystal and Kid Fury of The Read.
Oh, yeah.
If either of them caught wind of this, started listening to old back episodes, it was just like, we want to talk to them. We would absolutely, I would absolutely dust the mic off for them because, I mean, like, talk about giving flowers.
Yeah. Talk about giving flowers, right? Tati's next.
I'm gonna be honest. It honestly wouldn't take that much, y'all. Like, I would come back for. I would love for if somebody reached. First of all, somebody reached out, period, and was like, "I just gotta come. I really want to tell my story or my truth, and it needs to be at Away Words the podcast." I would be so touched.
Yeah.
I would be like, "Wow." Like, we're gonna.
Unless it
I
was
would
like
do it.
just some nigga from high school. You know what I mean?
Well, there
Unless
was people that were supposed to come, you guys. I'm so sorry.
We've had
you couldn't
niggas from
make
high
it.
school on our show.
We've had,
So-
and those same niggas wouldn't bring me out of retirement, is what I mean.
Like,
I love y'all
God damn it.
so much.
God damn it.
I love y'all so much.
No, I would get.
But I would be like, y'all could just come to my house. We could talk.
Oh,
We don't
no
have-
They
cameras.
needed to be televised. They needed to be.
Televised is serious.
Yeah, they need it out. They want it. They don't want to just tell you. They want to tell.
Yeah, you could use our YouTube channel. Like, we can house
Yeah,
your
yeah,
announcement.
we
But,
can
like,
do whatever
we
we
can
want.
House your
It
announcement.
doesn't have to be us, you know?
We can do
I
whatever
would
we want on
come.
YouTube.
I would
Talk
come.
about you
guys.
would come for
I would
anybody.
totally
I love
come.
that.
No, but I would love to talk to anybody funny.
Ooh.
Like, I would love.
We do love a laugh here.
Yeah, or even like a collab type of thing with some of the podcasts and stuff that I be seeing on TikTok. Because I'm not as crazy as it is, guys. 8 years in, and I'm still not a podcast girl. I don't watch and listen to a lot of podcasts myself personally. But when the clips come up, I be so into them. I be like, this is great stuff, guys. So I would love to do like a collab of sorts.
This is great stuff.
Like I would,
Okay, that's good news. For me, I would have to say Damona. Don't call me white girl. You know, I would love to see her and talk to her because she's funny, like Tati said, and just will constantly just give me what I need as far as rebuttals.
She said something really mean the other day.
Who did you say?
Damona.
And I thought, like, she was saying something and it was so mean. But no, like, at first, I was like, wow. Like, I almost have messaged Michael, like, I don't think I like this girl. Like, that was so mean. But then when it got to the end, I realized why she was saying the mean thing. And then I was like, oh.
So
that's my Aquarius
queen. Trick Daddy.
Sure.
Oh, because about how he's not attractive?
Yeah, no, that ain't what she said. If she had just said he's unattractive, that would be fine. But no, she was going in on his unattractiveness. But it was all in defense, I believe, of Glorilla. I think I didn't hear it, but from what she said, it sounded like he must have made some comments or said something mean about Glorilla. And it was her being like, how the hell? You know, he got the nerve to da-da-da-da. Like, it was like that.
Don't talk about Big Love like that.
Yeah, I love her.
Not like
She's
that.
actually my favorite.
Yeah, no. Damona would also be very fun.
Yeah.
I would love
She's
that.
hilarious. She's hilarious. I love that. Let's check in, I guess.
It's hilarious.
Would anybody like to go first?
Wow. I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Physically? That's how we do this, right?
Oh, please.
Physically, I am feeling warm. Emotionally, I am feeling emotional. My attention is on what's next in life and as a creative. And spiritually, I feel really, what's the word? Thankful and just appreciative for my experiences.
What happened?
McGee?
Oh.
She's about to cry.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Physically.
Get your drinks, guys.
Oh.
No, I'm talking to the audience.
Like,
we made a drinking game of Brianna crying. Every time she cries, a reference is crying.
Physically, I feel like turning a foot. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
Physically, what's my sensations?
What's my sensations?
My jaw's kind of sore as I'm smacking on this damn gum.
That's what she said.
And then emotionally, look.
Please.
I don't know. My emotions, I'm feeling lots of joy right now, honestly. People got cameras on me and stuff. It's crazy.
He didn't ask
McGee.
for
You're being directed.
Come over there. Oh, come scoot closer so I can stay in focus. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
He had to make sense of it in his head before he could follow the directive. He's like, that makes sense.
My attention is on explaining to everybody, wait, I ain't seen the podcast no more. What's going on with the podcast?
Oh, my God.
So that's what my attention is on. What the hell you say? Oh,
I ain't seen the pod. Get on your good foot.
That's what my attention is on, honestly,
That's
in
crazy.
this moment. And spiritually, I'm also, like, thankful. Thankful, blessed, like.
That gum is ugly.
I love it.
Thankful, blessed.
I love people who talk with their gum.
And I like that, but I don't like when they start laughing because you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Keep it in the bag. Keep it in the
my
bag.
tongue. Thankful, blessed. So.
Not so. Physically, I feel warm and tingly. I'm gonna make this quick because I'm already crying. Emotionally, I feel joy and gratitude, and I can't explain to you why without full-on tears. So, not do it. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It's so early. Oh my God, we've been recording for like 4 minutes.
10, exactly.
My attention is currently on I guess just like the blank slate in front of me. I was just talking to Mrs. McGee, who I mean, if there's anybody in this world that we owe a debt to, it is your parents.
Please.
That's gonna bring me to tears too. But I was just talking to her and just telling her that I'm grateful for, because we're all so creative and in our own rights and in different ways, and you know, putting the podcast to rest in an official way. I'm just excited for what clears up and what emerges from that blank space that we create, you know? And I'm looking forward to us all being inspired and collaborating on other things. And some of us are already working on stuff together. And, you know, so
definitely
just very cool and excited for us as a collective and individually. What was that? My attention? Spiritually, I feel extremely fulfilled. Like,
it's a great word.
It took the itch to end the podcast for me personally had been kind of there for a long time, and I now understand why I'm happy that I didn't feel that itch and just say like, oh, okay, it's run its course. Like when I first started to feel it, because this feels like good closure. It doesn't feel like it's ending in a way that I don't want it to, or there doesn't feel like there's any bitterness or like we missed out or anything, or we, you know, didn't get something that we were supposed to. Like, it really feels like we did what we were meant to do. And I'm super, super grateful for that. And I have a sense of fulfillment because of it. So I'll take you back to October of 2016. I am sitting in the dining room on Imperial. We got a dick on the couch, and Bree, a little hot young thing named Bree Stories, and her hot young things, Asia, and APA,
Drea P.
No, don't get in my camera.
Could you please get that for me? Thank you, babe. Drea P, aka AP. AKA D-Key. We were just at the fucking table, and I just was like, you hoes are nuts. Like, that's really where that came from. Yeah, you were the worst of the bunch. And just literally coming from a space of like, I'm gonna just hit record on my laptop. Like, that's literally, like, our very first episode is literally, it was definitely October. You know, no, you're right.
Maybe
you're
it
right.
was hot.
It was June.
October.
It was June. Our very, very first time, it was June. But then, I don't know. We recorded like a couple times, and I did put those episodes exist. They're out.
they on SoundCloud.
They sound a mess. They're on Apple too.
Are they on Apple?
But officially October 5th is when it was like, okay, we're recording. Like, we're doing this, you know. And we would sit around the table and just talk directly into the laptop mic like psychopaths. And until our great friend and to this day biggest supporter, biggest everything, got me mics for my birthday that next February. Yeah.
Are you serious right now? That's it. Get out of the car. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Come on.
Come on.
Please. And from that moment, that's when it kind of like very much legitimized us, which I feel like it was still legit, because it's like, you know, quality or not, we was in this bitch, we was putting shit out every week. Like,
right.
And but yeah, and just thinking about the purity of like those origins and just coming from a place of like, wow, my friends are so funny, and I really enjoy talking to them, and the conversations that we would have offline being like, oh, we got to talk about that. Like, you know, just texting during work. We was all going to work every day. Me and AP was taking the train downtown and doing all that shit. And we would just be, you know, talking about everything. And just on Instagram. Like, back when social media used to be fun. Social media used to be fun. And it's actually really, really crazy, because that was a space and time, like 2016, that wasn't even, that's not even like the cusp of social media, especially for our generation. Like, some of us was on MySpace and tagged and all that stuff. But like, I was definitely on Black Planet and tagged bad. But we was in 2016 just like really having a good time, and everything felt so low stakes. Like nothing felt.
We can do whatever we want.
We just did. We just were talking, like not caring about how we looked and all this like superficial stuff. Just sharing information and being fun and being funny and supporting people and reposting people. Like it was just a good time. Yeah. And that's what I think about when I think about the origins of Away with Words, the podcast, and our friends and everything that kind of just like cultivated out of this very organic space. Like we're just doing what we be doing. Like to this day, we have our Zooty nights quarterly, and we hang out, and really like
I don't be zooted though.
Yeah, you don't be getting zooted, but you be getting faded, you know. And from the outside looking in, somebody might think it's a podcast episode. Like we talk how we talk, and that's something that I think is really, really beautiful about us. And I'm really, really grateful for the ways that Away with Words, the podcast, got the chance to ebb and flow and grow into something that felt bigger than just those moments. And Tati coming in, and Tati is so brilliant. She has such a brilliant mind. Like literally, we always joke. I think Michael says this, but me and Dana say it all the time. Like I've never met a more logical person. Just like, especially because you know, me and Dana are cut from a similar cloth. So like, I'm not as crazy as that girl, but like, but you know, like we have. So to have somebody that is just so grounded and like no. What reality is like, yeah,
she's too grounded. I try to knock her
very
off
grounded, and but it was just such the thing that we needed, you know, and it made so much sense, and also bringing your writing to Yamash, and like everything since that moment has just continued to like. Yeah, clap it up for Tati. Yeah. I'm about to say I got something in my hand.
Yeah, the podcast taught me how to talk because I talk to y'all, but I don't talk to nobody else. Like I'm not a you know, we just did like this whole like personality assessment at work, and my whole assessment was about saying that my personality is I don't like to talk. Like at work, I'm task oriented and focused, you know. I'm not people first. Like it doesn't mean that like I don't care about the people, but I don't go into things thinking about like I don't want to make small talk. I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done and get it out. And coming into this space, this taught me how to be more of a people person because I was able to be who I am with you guys with everybody, like with the world, and the world was able to like, cause you know I'm that girl where it's always like I thought you was a bitch.
I thought you were so
like
mean.
I thought you were so mean. I thought all the time to this day. I thought you were so mean. I thought you were stuck up. I thought you were a bitch. I thought you were
every time I say
XYZ.
Yeah, she gets that too.
Don't ever say it to me.
Dumbfounded because I'm a pleasure. I'm a pleasure. I know.
Truly.
But so everybody got to experience me the way that my friends, you know, get to experience me. And it definitely is a different, you know, version of myself. And it helped me mesh the two. It helped me go out into the world and be a little more like open and be a little more, try to be a little more of like a people person and just, you know.
And you're a natural, because, like, even when I think about events that we've done where we've expanded what we do as podcasters to being a part of Kimmerfest twice and being part of Danny J's fashion show that year and everything that we did, that was very personality forward, you know? Sure. So I'm just continuing to be super, super proud of us. And there are so many things that I feel like you said, like you learned something about yourself and you figured out a way to kind of crack open another part of yourself that you're gonna carry that forever. And same for me and Michael, you know, like there are things that happened here that made me better wherever I'm at, you know. So
it's been a long time.
It's been a long
8 years is a long time. I was thinking about it on the way here that it feels similar to when TV shows that were on for a decade, like when they would end, you saw those characters. You know, we've seen people come on shows as like little kids, and then they're ending the show playing a 25-year-old or something. Like we watch these characters truly grow. Yeah. And I'm like, this show is 1 year younger than my child. So you guys watched me become a mother, like navigate motherhood, navigate getting back into working, like all these phases of life. So like I went through it on camera and not even like realizing it in the moment. Like when people talk about, oh, I grew up on camera, you know, and I was thinking about it like, no, we really did.
We have all these archives, and and that's honestly one of my favorite things. Like I know, like Tati, you always talk about how you don't like we rewatch our stuff, but that's something that I have my moments where I just go and I watch. First of all, the episode when we started doing video, oh my God. Me and Aja, psychopaths. Psychopaths. And I can't, the only thing I could call it is just that equipment eye energy. And we have grown a lot, Sistren. We are very different now. But like back then, it was we just had very intense energy with one another where we were either bickering, like, or holding hands. We would be holding hands the entire episode.
Talk about, all right, whatever.
Just so affectionate with each other. And like I remember there were some like bickering moments where Michael would come to me and be like, I'm not putting this episode out. Like y'all bicker back and forth the entire time. Y'all barely got a point across, blah, blah, blah. But like I love looking back on stuff like that.
Yeah, we have to.
Girl. Not girl.
What's up?
Don't fight right now. But I love looking back on that stuff, and I love having because also my memory do not be serving me. So sometimes I like to look back at stuff and be like, oh damn, like, oh wow, oh yeah, that's when I was. Oh okay, you know, like just kind of going back and be like, okay, take a little dip my toe back into my past life, and being able to do it in that way, especially like, you know. As I moved around a lot as a kid, I don't got a lot of pictures and videos and stuff of me as a little kid. So that brings me joy to be able to see myself at a totally different stage in life and like so coherent. This clear video of like that's me in 2017. Like that's crazy, you know. So there's so many. If I could just list off things that this podcast has given to me, like that's one of so many things. So that's where we've been.
So that's where we've been.
Where we at right now? Where we at right now? For me, look, I'll start. For me, I have been. I probably should have rehearsed this because I don't really know how to articulate it now that I'm thinking about it. But the space that I'm in now. So everything for me is like meshed, and I think it took me a long time to do that, especially like working in corporate and stuff. I've always tried to like keep my lives very separate from each other, but they're not separate. Everything is me, and I'm also, very grateful for that as well because that's really just a testament that I don't live the type of life that I have to be compartmentalized, and I'm very, very grateful for that because I don't take that for granted. That's a blessing, but. I've just done a whole lot of growing, like a whole lot of like understanding who I am at my core, finding out that a lot of who I am at my core is who I've always been. Got a chance to spend time with two of my closest friends, Dana and Ash, over the last couple of weeks, and just being with people who knew me at 5 and 7 and 10 and 15 and 21, like being around those people and being like, oh, like I can tell by this energy, like I've always been myself. Like there's a lot of ebbing and flowing and a lot of learning and a lot of things that I have to like navigate, but I'm very much who I am now. And I feel like I'm ready to write my book. Yeah. Like I'm really, really ready now. I don't know what it's going to be. Yet. I thought I was going to come to a place, not conversation, bitch. I thought that I was going to come to this place and just feel like I have a lot of topics to tap into because I'm an essayist. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have all these things to kind of tap into. But now I'm kind of thinking it might be fiction. It might give novel, you know? Yeah. So I'm very excited to just actually be able to give myself to that type of work. I also want to make music again. I'm also super ready to do that. I wanna, and I'm very curious about how I exist in different genres now. I really want to make a pop song. The pop girls have been doing it for me.
You know who I'm about to say.
Baby, Sabrina Carp.
Sabrina is
but also,
top.
I took a break from Sabrina Carp to listen to that damn Chapel Roan. And that
I haven't gotten there yet. Okay.
It's
like
just
that.
So the girls have me wondering, like, okay, who is Bree Stories in pop? Like, what does she give? Because they are speaking to versions of me that don't exist anymore. But I'm like, oh, if I needed this, I needed this at 19, and I needed this at 22. Yeah. But anywho, so yeah, I'm just kind of excited about being able to give myself up to art in whatever form that it takes.
Mm-hmm. I would say the same. What I'm really happy about is just the way, like, kind of quality of production has enhanced over the years.
Are you crazy?
I'm really happy about that.
This is MTV. This is Viacom levels.
Just basically just like how we just started with the basement and just like changed the core and then got cameras and I'm looking at the damn screen.
You're looking at a whole
switching
screen
through right now. He wasn't doing that a couple years ago. He wasn't doing it.
Equipment.
The equipment has enhanced. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm excited to find out.
I don't know where I'm going.
As far as like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have all this equipment here. Like, what's to it? What's next?
That's such a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got hella podcast equipment.
I'm so sorry.
What do we do? No, nothing to be sorry about.
I'm like, oh no.
Like, who wants to, figure some things out? Let me know. What you say?
Come on, the Aja No Age.
Yeah.
He never believed in you.
No, he never believed in you.
Not yeah.
But
yeah, thanks for that.
Same. I have been really thinking about writing so much lately. I've been really, I think, I feel like I'm finally in a bit of a groove of what my life is, and I've learned how to time manage, if that makes sense. Like I think I'm getting into a space where I'm learning that I can do all the things, that I can make like time and spaces and figure out how to like navigate. And so writing has been really back like heavy on my mind. I've been like rereading, like I went through my old like totes and stuff that had like all of my journals, books that like I've written like in the past, or like my flash drive that had all like my saves, like short stories and like different things on this. So I've been like rereading like a lot of my old stuff, and that is always a very joyous and reassuring experience to me, because I will say I have never reread something that I've written in my adult life, like from like high school and before. It may have been wild, but college and forward, I have never read anything that I've written and then thought like, this is trash. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I always read it, and I'm more so like, wow, you really had something there. You know, like you were really, like, you were right on the money, girl. Like, you should have just kept going. So I've been really thinking about writing and finishing a book and just wanting to self-publish and just figure out how to do the things. I'm nervous about the transition of like the podcast ending. I'm nervous about being a creative without the structure of the podcast, because the podcast gave me structure. It's almost like having a job. Like it gave me, like I knew I had to do it. Like it gave me structure and a time and a place, and like this is where you go and this is where
this is your creative
outlet. Like this is what you do. So anything that I would think of, any idea, any thought, it was all funneled through the podcast. So without that, it's definitely, I'm nervous to see where that takes me, or like what I do with that
free space. To that point, I will also say that I've been having a lot of like magical serendipitous shit happen to me in the past few weeks, and one of the biggest ones were 2 books that I read back to back. The second book, I had no idea what it was. Like I bought it to support someone, but I had no idea what it was going to be about. And it directly referenced the book that I had just read. And basically, a lot of it was about building community and cultivating community, which is something that was like heavy on my heart like a few months ago. Like I was feeling, especially because we had kind of had our hiatus, and I was just feeling like I didn't have a thing where like I see people and people see me and I get a chance to be heard and just like, you know, just talk and be loved on and stuff the way that I think that I need. And I was kind of just feeling like I was lacking that. And then I read these fucking books, and it's kind of back in my awareness, but in a more optimistic way. So like to that, I'm looking forward even to what that creates for us as well. Like maybe we don't do a podcast, but maybe we do a monthly, you know, like writer's hour where we just get together and write and bounce ideas off each other and, you know, stuff like that. And I'm thinking about that in all the areas. When I think about me making music, the first person that comes to my mind is AP. Because we would go in a studio, we would get some beats and like just write together and just bounce ideas off each, and like that I feel like I want the freedom of creativity back in that way, where it's not like, okay, this is a thing that we have pinned down every da-da-da-da, but like when we feel called to it and it works out and it feels good, we just do it, and there's no pressure on it being like, okay, and we do it just like this next time. It's just like, let's just see what we get out of it this time, right now, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to doing stuff like that too, because I've been thinking about all that stuff. And also other just like fun, like things that don't have anything necessarily to do with creativity, but those things for me spark creativity. Like being around y'all in leisurely ways and like trying different foods and trying different drinks and just talking and listening to music and stuff with y'all. I walk away from those spaces deeply inspired a lot of the times and like, oh damn, Michael said something that like I hadn't thought about before. Like, oh, let me look into that. Let me do this. Let me do that. So I'm looking forward to just like creating freedom in the space of our creativity as well. Tots, you had said that you wanted to do a couple lists.
Yeah, I just wanted us to think back. You know, of the 8 years. If you can, if you can pinpoint moments and just go over some of our favorite moments, you know, in different categories. And so one of the ones I thought of was funniest moment.
Thank God you said that. Thank God you said that.
No, thank God, because that's the only thing you can think of.
No, because the first thing that came to my mind, if you would have said something like not funniest, or I would have been like, can I please just get this out first?
Oh, okay.
There's an episode, I think it was 2017, maybe 2018, and it was back in the day we used to do these ridiculous spreads every week. We used to have like a big table and just a spread of like charcuterie,
food.
Like hella food. So
I loved it.
This has nothing to do with this part of the story, but I was, you know, that was the scenery. And I had on these glasses. None of this has anything to do with what actually made me laugh. I don't know what I said, but I just said vaginal discharge. Oh. And Michael said, discharge? And every time I think about that or come across that clip, I die. I remember
vaginal discharge.
Because I was about to say vaginal maintenance or something. I was talking about getting my pussy waxed or something. And I was like, it's been a long time since I like had any vaginal. And you were like, vaginal discharge? And Michael said, discharge?
Why would she say something so ridiculous?
You said it like it was just like the
craziest very gross
thing
as
ever.
a blanketed statement. As a blanket statement, just saying vaginal discharge.
And just, you do have a bad habit of finishing people's sentences, and then it don't be the right thing.
Incorrectly.
Because I was trying to get the word out. I was like, vaginal, you was like, vaginal discharge? And Michael said, discharge?
I'm just a helper at heart, and that's what the really,
yeah, you're a helper.
Is that
You're a giver.
Don't forget to help.
You're a giver. You're a pusher, Katie.
Yeah, you're a pusher. Like drugs? Probably.
But yeah, that's the when I think of funniest moment, that stands out.
I have two funniest moments. So one is also with Vaginal Asia, and that was when we used to record like a separate promo for each episode. And when she did the dance competition with Candace, yes.
Oh,
that was hilarious. I loved that video.
Oh, no,
that was
I gotta
so
go
fun.
look at that.
It was just such a fun time.
It was.
And then maybe I don't know. It's a lot of work for Michael.
That's
no,
a
not
lot.
he can
There's
do
so
it.
many. I have like 9 drives. It's drives for days. I have like 10 drives.
That's it.
8 years.
Screen recording, screen and crop.
Girl, okay, we'll do it, baby.
We'll just send her all of our
Yeah, exactly.
send her
right?
all the
Yeah, I'm about to
footage
say.
and let her throw it together.
I mean, I can do it eventually. It's gonna take time.
Yeah,
That's
no.
all I'm
If
saying.
it's gonna delay the episode, let's not do that.
No. I won't.
Okay.
I won't do that. No,
And my last
Cool.
one
Cool,
was
cool,
the
cool.
first time Larry came on the show.
Very funny time.
We were dying the whole time. And
Yeah.
the first thing I remember laughing really hard about was when he said that Tiana Taylor was the off-brand Aldi version of Brandy. Yes.
Crazy.
He was like,
work.
with no runs. Like, that was hilarious.
Larry's out of control.
So
He is
funny.
That's why he is funny.
Michael?
Funny?
You're like, I haven't laughed once on this show.
Right. I haven't
Sorry.
laughed in years.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything. I just really like all of our like blind date drink, truth or drink stuff. Those are always the best because it's real in this. It's real in that moment. Like we don't know the reactions.
That was actually kind of crazy and messy of us.
Yeah, it's very messy, very crazy.
Your kid, like 10. How's your
Oh yeah,
kid? November 6th.
got a baby on the way.
Oh, yes.
His baby was due in like a month. Why are
Yes.
you in here?
That's hilarious.
And I did not
Oh,
know
and
that.
I had my blindfold on. I was like, oh, I hope he's not white. I said somebody being white, and I hear Tyrone on the side saying,
messy Tyrone. Messy Tyrone.
shout out to that young man.
Oh,
he
my God.
was a good sport. They was
No,
fun.
he was great.
They
He
were
was great.
really
both
fun.
great.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that
Oh,
like.
that was the most recent. But them other ones,
Yeah, because those
Those other ones
those
were
were also
crazy.
they were there like all business. Because like when it was
Yeah.
over with,
Yeah.
they were out of here.
Yeah,
like
they
it
had
was like
things
okay,
to
do. The
thanks
other
for your time.
ones?
They took pictures. They were gone. Those other
Right.
boys. They were kicking.
Oh,
it.
we were
like
having-
yeah, like
we was
they,
having a function.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
people
they were
was
kicking
linking
it.
up.
yeah, we exchanged information.
Yeah, that-
and we were getting drunk.
Including you.
Yeah.
We were getting drunk. Like on those
Buying
blind
bottles.
days.
You're
We
mad.
had options. One of them, it was like, you drink dark or light. We just had bottles and bottles and bottles.
I
It
think
was
some of the
good.
guys brought bottles too.
Yeah,
It
it
was
really
a whole
sick.
setup. Like we covered
sick.
y'all
was
covered the
sick.
bottles, like the labels, so
Yeah.
you couldn't see. Or no, or did we pour? Did you pour them in clear glasses?
I think we just covered the labels.
The
Okay.
labels was covered, yeah.
And then went upstairs and we had like a chef upstairs.
had like a whole thing.
really doing it.
We
It
were
was a great time.
It was fun. It was messy though. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was messy.
It was messy.
I'm only
My
happy that y'all
experiences
weren't able to
weren't
get.
messy.
I'm only
I
happy
made
that
it
y'all
messy.
weren't able to get through the
I
blind
was
date
like,
for
it
me.
wasn't messy.
That's what I'm happy about.
You said what? Say
That they weren't happy. They weren't able to do a blind date for me.
Oh,
I'm happy that we couldn't get.
No, that's one of my biggest regrets.
No. No, pop the balloon. Fuck that.
not coming soon.
No.
I would have loved to see you have to like pop a balloon for people. Cause I could see you being so torn, like not wanting to pop the balloon, but wanting to pop the balloon. Yeah.
I'm popping, baby.
Nah, he's a bitch.
Not a bitch.
Hey, bitch is crazy.
I'm popping,
That's a
baby.
wild word.
That's why-
to throw out.
You know, I just thought about this the other day too. This is why we haven't made much money on YouTube. We curse a lot, and we do not.
You can't curse.
We
on
don't be
YouTube?
bleeping nothing
Yeah, we
out.
can't.
That's why Demona always bleep all her stuff.
She does.
She's getting her coin. We wasn't
She does
getting.
bleep everything out.
We were not getting ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't be.
I think that just happened. That kind of happened recently. Like when she started is when they took it seriously.
Yeah.
Because people were cursing on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, people do curse on YouTube, but
They just not
they
getting
will
the money
penalize.
from it.
They're
Yeah.
not giving you no money.
Right. They're not.
And it's actually wild because I feel like YouTube, if you're not gonna give me no money, stop running ads.
Yeah, please.
When people watch our episodes, they should be able to watch it all the way through since you're not gonna pay us.
Exactly.
That's true.
Because I'm
Oh,
not about
you
to
do?
bleep out nothing that we just did already.
Oh, because you probably got the thing. I'm about to say you got the thing, but people who don't got the
I
premium,
got it though. I have
she
it.
said we do.
I have it too.
No, okay.
I have it too. I have it too.
Relax.
Because she
Alright,
wants to
guys,
get bad with her,
moving
get
on.
bad with me.
Oh,
You're supposed to get
okay.
bad with her, get bad with me.
Guys,
We
focus,
gonna sound like
focus,
birds on the mic.
focus,
Don't do that.
focus. Okay.
I know this is
Favorite.
Sorry. Okay, favorite.
Favorite or most notable guest?
Oh, I guess Ari, right?
Ari, that's crazy.
Yeah, Ari.
She said also
Well, I said
favorite.
/ favorite.
I'm about to say notable is one thing.
Notable for sure. That was big.
That was big. I mean, yeah, because I mean, we broke the. I'm about to say we broke the news on her pregnancy.
That's our
And
biggest
Ari,
episode.
period, was not doing media at that time.
True.
No,
She
yeah.
wasn't doing any, she wasn't making
Shout out
her
to Ari.
own videos and putting videos out. She didn't have anything like on television, anything. Like she wasn't doing interviews.
Yeah.
So the only interviews of her even at that time,
but that's
is
why.
all
But that's
away
why
with
we was
words.
getting ate. But I was
getting-
honestly that was my. I was having such a good time. No, because like honestly, at that time I was like, I'm made for this. Like I was in them comments. Your mama.
You're right.
Your mama looked like that too.
You should.
They was on there calling us all types of mean looking, jealous
I never
bitches.
read
They was like
any comment. But y'all
they
would tell me all the time.
they said Tati looked jealous.
Yeah.
They said she looked
That's what y'all
mean.
told me.
It was all
they was calling
21-year-olds.
us fat. They was calling us
Heard
fat
it all
as fuck,
before,
blah,
girls.
blah,
That's
blah.
all.
Literally,
That's all you can say.
I literally was on there like, is that it?
That's the best you got.
I was on there like, thanks for the view, bitch. But that's why we didn't get our money because I'm on there cussing them out, talking about thanks for the view, hoe. But
and I was
love
just
it.
saying too that
But no,
that
was
day
it
was my first
it
interview.
was.
That
It
was my
was.
first time
we
interviewing
did Ryan
a
Henry
guest.
that earlier
It
that
was
day.
Ryan Henry.
We had a full
then
day.
It was a long
Herb and
day.
Ari. That was a big.
It was
That was a big day.
that was a big first day
to
for
be
you.
your first day. Yeah.
Yeah.
First day at work.
Well, not first day.
But
first interview.
First,
yeah.
first pod.
And that was our
Yeah.
first time on camera too. First
yeah,
time for cameras.
we was on cameras for the first time. That's right.
First
That was the
episode was our
No.
biggest episode. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, because we.
On camera. Not on camera.
She was not on camera.
She wasn't. But
before that, we
did
had-
that before though.
Yeah, because we had.
Yeah.
Remember when the table was long ways?
Yeah, because I have it's episode. Yeah.
It's the one where I was saying something about.
Because when I started was when that was
Yeah,
we started doing
Yeah,
video.
because she had done
Oh.
some.
Yeah.
but yeah,
It was
no,
just your
that
first
was.
day.
And we
It was
had
the
chicken.
first interview.
We had Harold's that day.
Oh,
we did
first
get
interview.
Harold's. We got Harold's for
Yeah.
him that he didn't eat because they stopped and got chicken on the way
Ridiculous.
here.
Oh,
we were like,
damn.
we had chicken.
We had.
We had fried chicken.
But also,
That's exactly what he said.
Cat stands out to me.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
because that was around my birthday and I had just came back from California. Like that was like my first time feeling. I'm like, oh, I'm in the industry. Like,
Right.
like we're because we had to adjust to everybody's schedules. Like, oh, we're
And
gonna
it was
record
late.
at night.
It
Yeah,
was
we're
late,
recording
yeah.
at night. I'm like getting off the plane. Had to come get my little look together to do Cat. And she was so fun.
She
The
was
promo and
great.
stuff, it was so cute.
She was our first Black Ink member.
She was. She
And that's
kicked
the
it off.
only Black Ink member that I wasn't there for.
Present for, yeah.
Okay.
She kicked it off. Yeah, that was a good one. Any others stand out to you, McGee?
It's crazy because when Candace was just back in town, she was like, and I'm coming back on the podcast.
Anytime, girl.
I'm like, yeah, we bring
We
it
can
back out for
we
you.
can definitely do something with Candace.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, like, I would come back.
we manifested. Look, we manifested. Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
manifested.
So yeah, Candace, I love because she remember like it being Christmas Eve, and
Yes,
she spent
it
the
was
night
Christmas
here.
Eve. It was.
We got her the day before.
Was
She
it
woke up
Christmas
here.
It was.
Wow.
And then she was like, "Y'all had me take that
so
shot in the
proud
morning."
of her.
Oh.
Do that.
Another favorite of mine is the LMH episode.
Oh,
we had
yeah.
all seasons of LMH in here.
Yeah,
That could have been big drama.
it could have went left.
But it was such a good
Not that
time.
could have went left. real
Not
fast.
less. No, it was such a good one.
It was fun.
I loved Khalil.
Oh, Khalil
Oh,
was
Khalil
great.
is so
Khalil
fun.
being here.
Yeah,
that was a
definitely.
fun time. That was
Shout out to everybody.
really good energy.
Shout out to everybody. We had fun.
You know, you got 30 minutes.
30,
30,
yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Any other list?
Let's
Yeah.
see.
I'm ready to drink and cry in peace. I'm not finna be doing. Look, I'm doing good, y'all. I cried one good time.
Yeah, you doing
No, I
great.
cried one good time.
I said,
What do you think was your best? Even though it's gonna be hard, even for me to answer this because I can't recall actual years of the things. But what do you think was your personally best podcast era? Like best year, like
era?
our season. Like what was like you look back on that season and you're like, oh, where's the podcast was doing their shit that year?
It's hard to say.
Tell me why it's hard to say.
It's hard to say because when I look back on early years, I feel like there was such energy that I personally never got back. There was this moment of like, oh, this could be. And then I think that all of the energy that I put into that was something that I never really did again. But later, I would say, damn, because COVID times is such a blur. But somewhere in there, I don't know if it's like right before COVID or a little bit after, I started really getting in my intentional bag, like using the things essays that I write as prompts for topics and like really talking from a place of like being really intentional about the things that we talked about. And that means a lot to me. So I would say it's a tie between those two things.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Those are direct opposites, but
I definitely think my favorite era was our Black Ink crew time.
it's definitely the most fun.
Because, it was fun and it really felt just kind of like you said, like the energy of everything just felt so, I can't even think of the word. Like everything, it just felt like official. Like everything just felt like, like we're, and it felt like, even though we weren't being compensated money wise, but it felt like we were being compensated for all of our time. And it just felt like because it's not even just like the Black Ink people, like all the guests that we had during that time, like fans wise, everything, like just our interactions with people. I feel like that was when I first started, like I actually, like people had stopped me. Yeah, like I would like go and be buying food or something, like, and the girl checking me out would be like, "You got a podcast?"
Yeah,
and I'd be like,
"Oh, that makes me happy."
Like, you don't know me. Like, no, I don't. I just saw it, and I was like, "Okay." But it just felt like everybody was on board at that time. It felt like everybody was on board with A Way Worse the podcast, and it felt like everybody was pushing us. Everybody was, I wish that my man now was my man then, because talk about my biggest supporter and cheerleader, and he be even still now, like he knows that we're here recording our final episode and he's reaching out to people to get us guests. Like he's like no. He's like, you'll come back. He's like, yeah. He's like, y'all belong there. You guys will get it together. So like, I wish, like, just that energy. It was just a great time.
Yeah. McGee?
I just enjoyed like having the responsibility of booking guests because everybody was so down.
Good at it.
I like you having that responsibility too.
You were so good with it.
They were so down.
I mean, the one time I did it, I fucked up so bad.
We don't have to go into that.
No, I have to bring that up. I have something to bring up on that point.
Okay.
No, but I just liked that how down everybody was. And I wasn't like, I didn't feel like I had to pull anyone's leg either. Like I was like, we got a podcast and we just talking.
That was that same era. I feel like that's what I mean when everybody was on board with.
Can I say something about that too?
What do you have to say?
Something about that era too for you is so special to me because I love my friends so much, and it feels so good to like just feel like, oh, this isn't just a person that I think is cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when you were telling me like, oh, I was just at I was gonna say the name of the place, child, but like you were at such and such, and they'll be like, Mike, when you gonna have me? Like people were soliciting you, asking you, like, I want to come, da da da, and it was coming from a place more than anything. Of course, like they see the quality, because one thing about it, once we got rolling, the quality has always been there. It got better and better, but the quality has always been there because you're really really good at what you do.
Thanks.
And so there's that element, but it was also them knowing you and trusting you and being like, man. Not only do I feel safe, and like even though I'm a person that's in the public, I don't feel like it's about to be some weird energy or nobody, overstepping any boundaries. We gonna turn up. We gonna have a good time. We took care of our guests.
Yeah, they had snacks,
like we
alcohol.
had fun. Yeah. Like we had a really good time. But you were someone that people like know you for that. Like, that's the energy. Somebody thinks of Michael McGee, and they think that type of energy. They know that they can trust it. They know that they're safe. They know they're going to have a good time. Yeah. And those were moments where I was like, damn, like, I really am. People feel the way I feel about you. Like, I'm not tweaking. This is a good person. And it was really a good time.
That made me cry.
Let's get somebody else crying.
No.
Yeah, you can.
Can people hear me? Hello?
They can't hear you right here. You gotta talk
about hello.
This is the mic.
Okay, let me just say that this is an accomplishment because this is the first podcast. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Like, there were podcasts going on.
Yeah.
But this is the first, this is the first group to do a podcast, and people be like, I'm going to do a podcast too.
True.
And to have a run of 8 years,
Yeah.
nobody's doing that.
Who was fucking with us?
Huh?
I said, who was fucking with us?
No, nobody was fucking with it. Like, nobody can do this. Like, people will be like, I'm going to do a podcast. They'll put out 3 episodes and be like,
I was just telling somebody that.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Like Michael said, he got a bunch of fucking podcasts. I'm sorry, keep cursing.
No, it's fine.
It's a bunch of podcasts equipment. It's over now. It's a bunch of podcast equipment, cameras, lights, time, like a space.
Yeah.
Like, all of this, it's not just something that you order off Amazon overnight and be like, I'm gonna set it up and
That's
Exactly.
They
Yeah, and they think that.
The internet makes it look like it's
Especially
because
now.
that's what the internet does. But let me just be the first to say, don't let the internet be a
The
mirage,
first.
because this is really like time.
This is real life.
effort,
Yeah.
and Michael, Tati, and Bree, pat yourselves on the back, because it's like, y'all are the only ones doing this. Like,
Thank you so
Back
much.
to Bree's point
this
about
is
people.
Drea P.
Back to Bree's point about like
Carry on.
we had like you guys had literal like syndicated talent, like syndicated television talent come here
Yeah.
and come to this space and be amazed by
Be so
how they
blown
were
away.
treated. Like
Yeah.
they are on television, Viacoms, like the big
Yeah.
names, and they don't get treated like that in those spaces. So for those kind of people to come here and just be like, dang, I didn't expect that. This is big. Y'all doing it big. Like that says a lot. And
Yeah.
pat yourselves on the back again.
Again.
And then one
No, wait, girl. Hold on.
No, I love it.
y'all had a guest come here, and they felt comfortable enough to like take a nap on the couch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
lay
Sleep.
out,
Sleep.
like hung over on the couch. Like,
We could have robbed them.
oh yeah.
Now we could have robbed them.
We would never do that.
You sure did.
We would never do
Never
that.
do that. But like but honestly, that is a big deal. I think very highly of that. Even when people come to my house and fall asleep, like that brings me such
Me
warmth.
too.
Like I love when people feel safe and just like secure, and you know they knew you, but you just met us. Like you know what I mean. But I appreciate y'all's sentiments and I echo them. Like I'm really, really proud. And those are the things, that's what I'm talking about too. Like those are the things that I'm most proud of. Like the impact that we made on individuals who spent time in this space, even if they would just come to, like
As a
love,
friend.
honestly, just being a part of this and the effort that you put into this and your parents put into like cultivating this space. My favorite thing is when people walk down those stairs and go,
Favorite thing.
like
Yeah.
nobody's expecting this.
No.
Nobody is expecting to pull up
Like, damn.
and come down these stairs and see multiple cameras, all these lights,
Right.
hella mics. Like we got all the stuff. Crafty. We got snacks and drinks. For certain guests, we was driving
Riding
folks
home.
to and fro.
Yeah,
For
we
some
sure
folks,
was.
we was making sure we knew what their favorite drink was. We had everything. Like, and I
Remember our little marquee with their names and stuff,
we had a
Mona?
marquee with their names, like little stuff like that made them just
did.
feel like, wow, y'all really. And I honestly love stuff like that. Even
we
when
were young. We were young. We were not 33.
no, because
No,
we
we were
because
not.
we 32
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
So
We were
y'all was
25.
Like, what?
young. 32.
To have
Yeah.
the vision.
The
We
vision.
were
The- ahead of the time.
This is crazy. So much mayhem on set.
But no,
Not so
for
much
real.
mayhem.
But no, for real, like that shit makes me so proud, and I love that we made that type of impact on people as individuals, and because that's something that means a lot to me in general. Like
Yeah.
anybody who does anything, I try to big them up. Like when we went to where was we at when we saw G. Markey perform, and I was finna get on the stage.
You like the promissory.
That's the type of I said I'm getting on the stage.
That was mama.
That was some drunk shit. But I'd love to be at shows and give local artists the energy of like, no, this is your moment. I'm giving you my undivided attention. If I know your songs, I'm rapping along. Like, and that's the energy that I love that we brought to this space. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You're important. Like you're a guest on this show. Like we want to know what you want to drink. We're giving you snack. We're taking care of you.
You're important.
And when we had guests, it was always like reassurance too that we are the vibe that we think we are, because people never want to leave.
They want to kick it.
We're here for hours after.
They talking about what y'all doing after this.
Yeah, like they're kicking it.
Me and Tati be like, I'm gonna go get my baby.
They want to watch the next episode. They want to, like it was just. It's always been that type of
been a good time.
environment where people are like,
I'm very proud of that. So, I'm so proud of that.
Yeah, I think that always makes me the most happy to see people get like really comfortable or want to stay or want to just sit and like, we'll look up. We were on a schedule, but now we look up and we ain't did shit for 4 hours because
we just hanging out.
We're supposed to be recording, but we just been talking.
Kicking
Especially if we record 2 episodes, they want to say like, I'll sit and watch the next one.
Yeah, like, kicking for the next one. Yes, audience member. Look, yes, Aja No Asia. Let me put some respect on your name. I'm sorry. Yes, Aja No Asia original.
Also, what it really is paying respect to the people of Chicago, because a lot of the artists and guests and just creative people that we had in this space were people from Chicago. And I think that's something to really put an emphasis on. Like, we love Chicago. We love who we are as a city, and we love to represent our people. And this was the space to represent like Chicago.
Yeah.
You're right, 100%.
Thank you for that.
She's 100% right. We like to represent our people from my city.
And we love y'all, and we still love y'all. And I don't know. You gotta know.
Comment below if you've been here.
Do your spiel.
But to that point, we continuously love y'all, and like this will always be home for us. And like you said, like, who can take us out of retirement? In all actuality, so many of y'all can take us out of retirement. You know, because one thing about it, like. And that one thing I'm also grateful for, I'm grateful that I live in an era, in a time where we have everything is evergreen. Like,
we can do whatever you want.
Just because we're saying, farewell to this process of podcasting, our podcast is going to exist forever. Do with that what you will. There are certain things that I'm not proud of. That
we've grown.
We continue to grow, but like it's always going to be there, and we always had the option. And we've done this production with so much less than what we have in this room. We can always bring it back. We can always be like, you know what? Michael and I have recorded Insecure reviews in the car driving back from Atlanta.
Sure did.
Like when we are inspired and we really want to make something happen, we always make it happen.
We do.
So I'm very, very grateful for that. I didn't drink all my drink, but I want to raise my glass to everybody in this room. Like
our OGs are in the room. Y'all heard them already.
Aja No Asia and Drea P. I'm so grateful for y'all. Michael, I'm so grateful for you. Oh like gosh, literally, like I said, Kid Fury and Crystal were the thing for me. Yeah. That's all I knew. Right. I just was like, this is what a podcast is? Tight. But you just decided that it's more than that.
Yeah, let's do this.
And I had the sense to not fight you on that and not say, not let my doubts get in the way or my insecurities and be like, oh, no. Podcast really only exists this way. So let's just keep doing this. I said, okay. Promos, okay, videos, okay, guests, and I'm so grateful for myself for being open, because you are so dynamic in your ability to idealize and create a realization of the things that you think are possible, and that's not something that I don't think I ever would have done that on my own accord with my own brain. Oh, so. Please. Well, I tell people this all the time, like, I owe you my life. I love you so much. Tati, I'm so grateful that you came and you saw the crazy, kooky nonsense that we were doing in here. You were like, yeah, same. Let's get into it.
Crazy Tati.
And all of the ways that you have made yourself, like, a part of the Yay Mash brand with your writing, which is such an honor, because you are such a brilliant writer. And the fact that I have your work on yamash.com is crazy. Like, you're going to put out a book one day, and it's going to be, like, booming, booming, booming. And I'm going to be like, but in 2017?
Right.
Like, I have work by her on, and in 2024, I have work by you on that site. And so it's just such an honor. And that's the thing that brings me the most joy. Like, I love y'all as friends and as people and as kin and closeness. But then when I zoom out and see, like, y'all are so dope at what y'all do, all of you. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of y'all's.
But let's give it up for the creator, everybody. Bree Stories. The reason we're all in this bad boy. She's crazy.
I'm sorry.
We love everything you've done and how you cultivated this space.
And actually following through.
Yeah, it started with you, sweetie.
When you come up with these ideas, you are one of the few creatives that I know that has thoughts and has ideas, and it'll send me like a random text, or we'll have a random conversation about it. And in all actuality, in the next week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, it's happening. Yeah. You're doing it. Exactly. You have physical proof of all the things that you think of. You always talk about how powerful you are, how magical you are, and how you can like make things happen. And it's really true. And then on top of that, you make it happen for all of us. Ooh. You include us in all of your dreams. So we appreciate you so much.
And we love you.
Yes. You do.
Thanks to everybody who's been behind the scenes with me over the years.
Shout out to Be Easy.
Thank you.
Shout out to Be Easy.
And
shout out to Be
Taiwan.
Easy. Shout out to Taiwan.
We got Chris here.
We got our award. And
shout
now
out
we're like,
to my man. Thank you to my man. No,
who are we missing?
I didn't say your name. Please charge it to my mind, not my heart.
Yes. Look, to everybody. Look, thank you to everybody. No, for real. Everybody, especially, like, there are certain people that stand out in my mind that, like, really help this feel real for me by being in the comments and being just engaging, or even if you know me personally and texting me and being like, that was wild as hell what you said on that episode. Like, that's those the most that means the most.
The fans that really listen and really continue to listen and really engage and all that and remind you, because when you're not doing as good as you want to do, or think you or feel like you're not in the space that you want to be, you'll get in a space where you like, ain't nobody listening to us no ways. You know, we can do whatever we want to do on here. Right. And then to have somebody that you never really talk to walk up to you and be like, yeah, that's crazy. The same thing happened with my mama. Yeah. And you be looking like, I've never had a conversation with you a day in my life. So
and that means so much.
Very reassuring. Yes, it feels amazing.
We put way too much weight on this internet shit and the amount of likes and comments and all that stuff. But honestly, it's those real world situations where like you don't have to physically engage in order to like be supportive. And I'm really thankful for everybody that's ever let me know that you do be listening, you do care, you do want the best for us, and you've always wanted us to win, and we won. Yes. We did it. So I'm very grateful to everybody here and not here, and let's get drunk. What's the stuff? Follow us on all the places where you can be followed. You can follow me still at Bree.stories and Bree_stories. I don't really be online like that no more. I just started tweeting a little bit again, but you know, you can follow at Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on Twitter, and follow at MJM Kid everywhere. And moments_stew. And moments_stew.
And moments_stew, boo.
Like, don't think that just because this is in a pause state, moments_stew is still very much in effect. Get your flicks, get your things done. Somebody here is really good behind that camera, and I know that you need that work. So keep doing that. Holidays are coming up. You want your Christmas cards, your Hanukkah cards, your holiday cards, your Kwanzaa cards. You know, get all that shit together for sure. Also, Sweetest Day is coming up, girl. You want to do a little boudoir for your man, for your partner? I've done it. I be down here in my lingerie. You could come down here and do a little lingerie shoot.
You definitely could.
It's a whole team in here, and Mrs. McGee will bring props. Make it real cute. She'll tell you the truth.
Well, you're not curving your back. You're back enough. Arch your back.
That video that you took, we were like, so you want me to do my back? I couldn't even talk because I couldn't get over who was talking to me about arching my back. Anyway, we love y'all so much, and we'll see y'all at some point. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.